Good morning. So I want to talk about what and who your assets are. Um, when I do coaching for my students or for clients, oftentimes, even for myself, we lose sight of what we bring to the table. What are our assets? What is it that we offer to the world, offer to the people we interact with, all of those things that we offer. And so oftentimes what I'll have them do is go through a list. Let's go through a timeline. Tell me about or write down the things that you have accomplished or certificates that you've gotten, programs that you've studied, all of these things that you know how to do and skills you have and the ways in which you show up into the world, because so many times we look at what we lack versus what we have and what we bring to the table as an asset for our life and to bring to the world and for our work and in our relationships. And so that can be a real challenge when you want to make changes. If you want to do something new, it's a challenge because you forget what you were initially able to do in the beginning, and you lose sight of your truth, you lose sight of your assets, and it's such a challenge. So what I would ask you is, what would happen if you stepped fully into your truth? What would happen if you stepped into the comfort of knowing without a doubt, these are the skills and these are the assets that I bring to the table? Unchallenged, like you know it. You know it because you know it, and it just is, and you accept them. And it's not a way of bragging, or it's not a way of like, oh, I'm better than you because I can do this or that. That's not the case. That's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is for you to just step into that knowingness, into that acceptance of what you have at your fingertips as your assets. Even for myself, I forget sometimes what it is I bring and what makes me different. So, hey Cheryl, nice to see you. And it can be frustrating, because in my mind, my head and my ego is like, oh, you should know this, and you should really, all this shoulding all over yourself, that kind of thing. So when I'm able to release that and just take a beat, okay, these are my assets. This is what I offer. This is me stepping into my truth of what it is I bring to the world. And then when you step into that truth of, whatever it is that you bring, so for me, it can be lots of things. In fact, I just spent this morning writing down 100 things that I feel are my assets just right now. And that's only looking through the glass of almost like a limiting belief, in the sense that right now these are my assets. So I'm not even looking out, once I step into those assets and step into that truth, I'm not even looking into all of the possibilities of what could be my future assets if I let go of the idea that somehow these other connections aren't possible, are possible. When I step beyond that, then those assets are unlimited. Those connections are unlimited, and I can bring so much more to the world. And when people really need help, having all of those connections and being able to give people as many resources as they need, that is a really good feeling. That is a really amazing opportunity, I feel, for me to be able to support my clients and support myself. So I would love to have you write down 100 of your assets. So maybe you're very patient. Maybe you are able to focus very easily. Maybe you're really good at math. Maybe one of your assets is that you are really awesome with animals and can sense animals' feelings. Maybe you're a really good conversationalist. So it's not so much the skill, but like the asset that you bring. You know, what sort of other asset do you have? So you have a computer. Most of us have computers, or we have cell phones. That's an asset. You know, maybe you have an office space. That's an asset to you. And so by taking inventory of all these assets, you then begin to change your perspective of being in lack and coming from a place, well, I don't really have anything to offer the world, and I really don't have anything. And I think that you're going to really surprise yourself and realize, you know what? I got a lot of stuff to offer. And I personally have stuff to offer, and I have within my possession, I have things that I can offer other people. So, yeah, I would issue a challenge. Write down 100 of your assets. Tell me, and I'd love for you, type one of your assets in the comments. When you watch this video, just type one. And see how your mind starts to lead you into that list growing. So I'd love it. Comment one of your assets. In fact, I will type in here when I've done this video, I will type 5 of my assets into the comments so that you guys can see where I'm going with this. And so once you do that, it will open the door to the possibility of all the other assets that are available to you. Just by stepping into your truth, just by understanding that you have so much to offer the world. And it helps to get you away from feeling stuck. Like, I'm stuck in this spot because I have nothing to offer. Which happens to all of us. So have a really good day. Take inventory of all those assets that you have to offer the world. Don't forget to comment. Give me one of those assets. I'd love to hear it. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a really great day. Bye.